So today we have Cloud Storage Security's cloud-based antivirus, anti-malware platform. So this protects all of the data that you have in AWS, Azure, GCP from file-borne malware, file-borne ransomware, whatever is lurking in those files. And this is absolutely critical because as you're bringing in data from your customers, partners, the public internet, mergers, acquisitions, whatever that might be, you might trust the source, but you need to verify that the data coming in is free from malware, ransomware, and whatever that might be. Because eventually, and this does happen, when somebody brings down those files from the cloud onto their local machine, they'll double click on it, they'll execute it, and that's how malware and ransomware events occur, right? So a key differentiator here is that everything is deployed in the customer's tenant in your cloud environment. So we're not taking your data, we're not moving it, we're not seeing it, we don't want to see it. And as a consequence as well, we can get you up and running and deployed in about 50 minutes. And once you do that, you can start protecting your resources immediately. So let's start with S3 buckets, right? Once you deploy, we give you the entire list, and it is extremely quick to actually start scanning the data in these buckets, right? So we'll start with our event-based scanning model. You simply click this shield right here, and as files are written to that bucket, as objects are written to that bucket, we will scan those in real time. So if you have that on a production bucket or a staging bucket or wherever that might be, you will be able to make sure that those files are safe very quickly, right? Another way to do it, and this is extremely important if you have compliance mandates, security mandates, internal or external, you can select the resources that you have to scan across all of these, right? And you can set a schedule. So a lot of our customers have to scan weekly, monthly, quarterly, and you can do that very quickly through the console. So you can meet those compliance requirements. You can make sure that the data is continuously being scanned with new definitions. And that is a super easy process to go through. Another thing that I will go through here is our third malware scanning example and our third malware scanning model. And this is extremely important because this is for institutions that cannot have the chance of infected files being written to their environment at all. So our API agent, which can be set up in a matter of minutes through our console, sits between the source and the destination. And this is able to scan those files before it is written to the destination. It's able to return dirty files to the source. It's able to pass on clean files to the destination. And this is absolutely critical if you have that mandate that there should be no chance that an infected file can even be written to a test environment, to a staging bucket, even whatever that might be. This is a huge point that a lot of our highly regulated institutions, in fact, all of them, will use, right? So after you figure out how you want to scan those files, you just take a couple of minutes. You need to figure out what to do if and when you find malware, because you will. If you navigate to the problem files page here, we make it super easy to do that investigation, right? So all of these results here, you'll be able to find the object name, where it was found, but most importantly, what was actually done with that file. So a lot of our competitors and folks in the space will have you configure a Lambda function to, for example, take an infected file and move it elsewhere or perform some sort of action. We do that natively through the console, and this saves you a ton of time because you don't have to maintain a Lambda function, right? You don't have to potentially manually deal with results. You can simply select your file handling protocol right here within the console. And from that point onward, if you have files that are infected, they can be immediately separated out of your production account, wherever that might be, to make sure there's no chance that it's being ingested or distributed downstream to your customers, to your partners, whatever that might be. So Our antivirus solution is available today in AWS Marketplace and directly from Cloud Storage Security. We offer a 30-day free trial. Try it today.